What's good, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl KD, and I'm back with another video. Y'all already know we coming back with another reaction video. I want to say again, shout out to all y'all that have pressed the subscribe button. All my new subscribers, thank you for coming through. All my OG subscribers, what's good, y'all? Today we're gonna do a reaction video to something called 10 subtle messages in kids shows that parents wouldn't approve of by Screen Rant. I saw this on my timeline. I was like, I think this would be something funny to react to, so I feel like we should just go ahead and do it. Make sure y'all hit the like and subscribe and to share this video everywhere you can. It means the world to me. I'm hoping by the time I reach 100 that I'll be able to do a $100 giveaway for reaching 100 subscribers, just to say thank y'all, you know what I'm saying, because y'all didn't have to do that, but y'all here and I appreciate you. But yeah, so let's get into that video.
So my lyrics been a long time waiting for you, and then you push me away. Painkillers for breakfast, I ain't feeling the day. I'm fucking geeked up, but I tell her I'm okay.
Alright, as y'all can see, we have done switched the setup. We are now streaming on my we are now recording on my streaming PC because that's how we gonna do this. As y'all can see, we got a new little outlook. We got, you know, the background going and everything, because the last video I made with Coming to America, I got a copyright strike. Still not sure why. But yeah.
That you
This is what we're gonna do for now, to see if that works and fix the problem. But yeah, let's jump into this video. I am nervous because I used to watch a lot of cartoons and there are a lot of adult jokes, but that's also, you know, you can't just put cartoons on and you know, the parents are gonna sit with the kids. They got to be able to laugh too. You know, I'm goofy, I'll laugh at whatever, but you know, some parents aren't like that. So they put in adult jokes into these cartoons that I never caught as a kid. So let's see what they were.
One of our favorite pastimes as kids was watching our favorite cartoons and shows. Most of the time, our parents monitored what we watched. But even then, there were some subtle messages and innuendos that slipped through the cracks. Want to know which ones? Stay tuned to find out. But before we do, make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the latest content on Screen Rant. But first, can you guess what feature film these emojis are showing? Find out at the end of this video.
What is it? I don't have any idea what that is. If y'all know what movie that is, comment it down in the comments below. I have no idea what that movie is.
Tommy Wammy RTV, he's wonderful. Yo, isn't he just the most?
Yep, that's one fine-looking young pickles you got there, Stu.
Rugrats. The show had some very creative adventures the babies went on, but we also got to know the parents and their personalities. And just like when we were kids, sometimes the adult dialogue and moments got lost on us.
Really?
Looking back, there are some moments in the show that we are happy that we didn't get. Like when Tommy's grandpa tells the kids he rented them some movies, Reptar Come Home and Reptar Redux. He then mentions he rented his personal favorite,
Lonely Space Vixen,
which is for after they go to bed. With a title like that and the fact that the kids have to be asleep for it, we're pretty sure Lonely Space Vixen.
Lonely Space Vixen. I like how they covered. I like how they covered like half of, like 99% of the video. Look, hold on.
After they go to bed. With a title like that.
Look, I like how they covered like 95% of this video. And look, it's like a half naked lady right here. It's an adult film. It's an adult film. That's funny. I never caught that.
Space Vixen,
which is for after they go to bed. With a title like that and the fact that the kids have to be asleep for it, we're pretty sure Lonely Space Vixens is
Grandpa
a very
nasty
adult film, if you know what we mean.
Say goodnight, sucker. It's way past your
What cartoon is this? Oh, Powerpuff Girls?
The Powerpuff Girls accident. Sugar, spice, and everything nice are said to be what little girls are made from. Cartoon Network's The Powerpuff Girls took that to a whole new level when they created a story about a professor who wanted to create the perfect little girl. But when he was mixing the ingredients, Professor Utonium
Professor X.
What?
Broke a bottle of Chemical X into the mix and created the superhero trio Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup. In one episode, they made a friend named Robin, who they have over their house for a playdate. After the professor introduces himself, Bubbles goes on to mention that he made them in his laboratory by accident.
Yeah, he made us in his laboratory by accident.
Well, what can I say?
Don't worry, Professor. I was an accident too.
No! Wait. Yo, that's messed up. That's so messed up. He said, I was made in the laboratory by accident. She's like, I was an accident too. Yo, that's so messed up.
This is, however, one of the more tame ones on our list.
That's tamed.
Maya the Bee. As
Never
streaming
watched
has
this
become
show.
the norm to how we watch television, we usually trust Netflix to have something to watch. And when it comes to cartoons, we know they're always child-friendly, right? Wrong. Maya the Bee is a show on Netflix that was created by Studio 100.
Never watched this
Animation.
show.
It was based on a German children's book series first published in 1912, so how harmful could it really be? Well, it so happens that a few parents noticed a crude drawing of the male anatomy in one of the scenes. A couple of moms took to posting a screenshot on social media to show that the image was in episode 35 of season 1. One mom in
Yo, that's funny. It's like, how hard though? How hard do you have to be watching to catch that impression of the male anatomy? And because that's the censored way to say it. In that picture, like a lot of times, like these parents be just like, it's like they be like this. What can I find this wrong? What can I find this wrong? Like how hard? I would have never caught that. Like that's crazy. I don't know.
insisted that she did not make any edits to the image. If try and search for the episode now, it has since been removed.
I bet.
Now, we wonder how and why this phallic image was added to an
It's
otherwise
funny.
kid-friendly show. What was really the point? That should definitely not be an Easter egg that parents have been happy to find.
Remember, I wanted to cover
Hey,
the roof of
Rocco's.
It looks just like the picture. A big can of beans that says Gloria on it.
Coming right up, Mr. Horny.
Mr. Horny?
Modern life. Just about everything in this show is borderline too much. We wonder how it got approved. But to be
For
honest,
real.
watching this show as an adult, you realize two things. One, you probably shouldn't have watched this as a kid, and two, you probably relate to this
This
show
is
a
my
lot
show.
more than you should. Rocco's modern life reflected the struggles of adulthood. The young wallaby had to deal with a scary boss, the tribulations of dating, and even taking some awful jobs.
Look at that crack.
Being a late-night phone sex operator. In one episode where he is trying to
What?
find different jobs, he comes across an ad for a specialty phone operator. It cuts to him holding up a phone saying,
Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby. Rocco. Mrs. Bighead?
in the background, we see
He
that
said,
the place
"Oh,
is called
baby."
the one-on-one hotline.
The
and next to him
one-on-one
is a set of
hotline.
rules
Oh.
which say to be hot, be naughty, and be courteous.
Yo, that I probably as a kid that would have totally flew over my head like 100%. But seeing it now as an adult, and it's hilarious. He said, I saw this episode. I remember seeing this episode, but I don't think I really caught on to what he was doing. But like it's a nasty hotline. Yo, that's funny. That's funny.
That doesn't need much more explaining, now does it?
Oh, you did it.
Victorious.
Jingled his bells.
Victorious. It's time to make it shine, friends. The show Victorious follows kids who go to an art and performing school. The main circle of friends are all heavily into music and singing.
I didn't watch
You
this
may
show.
recognize this show as the place where Miss Ariana Grande got her start as the lovable Cat Valentine. And let's face it, she was hysterical in that show. This show was more so directed towards teens, but as we know, kids also watched it. This show also had its share of naughty jokes and innuendos. For
Yeah.
example, in the episode A Christmas Story, the Hollywood art students are celebrating the holidays. Andre is freaking out because he got a bad grade on a Christmas song he wrote in class. He comes into class upset and asks his fellow classmates,
How does a person go from an A to a D?
Happened to me in 8th grade.
in true Jade fashion, she didn't even look up. A very hilarious joke about boob size growth.
Oh, wait, did y'all see my face? I was so confused. I was like, what's so nasty about that? But I get it. She's talking about her cup size for the bra. That's
Changed
funny.
to an A after the team joined forces and performed his song for the teacher.
We don't even got it. Hold on. If you watch SpongeBob, everybody already knows how nasty SpongeBob could get. Like I've watched SpongeBob in my recent years, and I'm 27. And I've caught a lot of his jokes. A lot of his nasty jokes. They are funny. But you have to really, again, it's one of those situations where you really have to be listening to catch the jokes. Like you really have to be paying attention to catch the jokes. But you also have to remember their jokes. And a lot of these companies and these, creators put these jokes in to entertain the adults as well as entertain the kids. I don't think it should be taken out of proportion because kids are not going to learn things unless you tell them what it is. Like, if that makes sense. Like, kids are not going to know what certain things are unless you be like, hey, that's bad. You know what I mean? But, like, if you point it out, of course they're going to know. Like, because you're telling them. But I don't know. That's just me.
SpongeBob SquarePants Mystery Coin Slot.
I remember this episode. The seahorse.
A few somewhat inappropriate things here and there. Some are purposeful nudges, others we aren't so sure about. But let's talk about the episode My Pretty Seahorse. You may recall that SpongeBob ends up with a beautiful wild seahorse who he ends up calling Mystery. At one point, Mystery ends up at work with SpongeBob. He tries to hide her, but fails. Mr. Krabs makes it clear that she is a wild animal and can't be in the restaurant. SpongeBob ends up tying her out front to the Krusty Krab. A couple of fish comes by and assume that Mystery is a coin-operated kid ride, so naturally, he begins looking for where to put the coin.
I can't find the coin slot. Here it is.
I can't find the coin spot.
Where would possibly put a coin into and elicit that sort of reaction? Poor Mystery. We snaw.
Predictable? I know. This is the part when you get yourself into some weird situation, and then when I try to warn you about it, you'll just say,
The Amazing World of Gumball.
Now, I've never watched this show. I've heard about this show. And 9 times out of 10, I want to say this show comes on Cartoon Network. I want to say it. But anybody who knows and watches Cartoon Network knows that Cartoon Network is like the mecca of adult jokes. Because they also have Adult Swim. But I know a lot of their shows, like this show I've heard about, what's that show with the whale? Oh my gosh. For the life of me, I cannot remember the name of that show right now. Chowder. There's a lot of shows on there like that give off adult jokes. But you have to be paying attention to catch it. But let's go.
Ball. In one episode called The Hug, Darwin calls out Gumball for being predictable. So he runs over to Hot Dog Guy and hugs him out of nowhere, and then smiles at Darwin. The next day, Hot Dog Guy and Gumball run into each other in the hall and awkwardly hug. Because as Gumball explains it, you can't de-hug someone once you hug them. Another day goes by and they hug each other. Instead of talking, they awkwardly hum a tune and walk away from each other. After a few more awkward encounters, Gumball invited Hot Dog Guy over for a sleepover. That night, they're both sleeping in a tent in the backyard. As Hot Dog Guy snores, Gumball takes his quilt off to relax, but Hot Dog unknowingly puts his hand on Gumball. When he tries to move it away, he ends up accidentally crawling on top of him. Hot Dog Guy wakes up and screams internally. We see their figures silhouetted from outside the tent as they hum their awkward songs. This looks totally questionable from outside the tent. Fans have pointed out that this looks a bit inappropriate.
I mean,
what do you think?
I can get what they're saying. I do. I can understand what they're saying. I can understand the awkward smile when he crawled over his lap. But it's like, that's a reach. You know what I'm saying? That's a reach. I get it. I see it. You pointed it out, so I see it. But that's a reach. That's such a reach.
The squirrel likes to hide his nuts in many odd places where the sun doesn't shine on them.
Animaniacs.
Love this show.
Oh, nurse. Remember the Animaniacs? The Warner Bros. Cartoon about the Warner Brothers and the Warner sister Dot is one that 90s kids are very familiar with. Do you remember all of the sexual innuendos that bordered on inappropriate? It was hard to pick just one. But for the sake of this list, we chose one that made us cringe looking back on it. When Yakko asks Dot to dust for Prince, she misunderstands and comes back carrying the singer.
I found Prince!
No, fingerprints.
I don't think so.
How did this even make it on television? And how did our parents allow us to watch it?
What's the
I can't
joke?
believe this actually aired for kids to watch. What Animaniacs hijinks do you remember?
Actually, it doesn't say.
I actually don't.
Well,
I don't. Wait, I didn't see the joke. He said, "That's a Prince." Hold on.
Watch. What Animaniacs hijinks?
No, fingerprints.
I don't think so.
How did this even...
It's like I kind of have a clue, but I don't think that's what it is. But like, I'm assuming he means like on his body, like dust for Prince on his body. But I'm gonna assume that's what it is. But that's so far-fetched. Again, I would have never caught that. See, me being grown right now, an adult right now, still can't catch some of these jokes. Like, I don't understand how y'all were like, yep, that's a dirty joke. Yep, that needs to be told off and cut off the TV.
Make it on television. And how did our parents allow us to watch it? We can't believe this actually aired for kids to watch.
Me neither.
What Animaniacs hijinks do you remember?
Actually, it doesn't say who it's from.
Well, one way to find out. Whoa!
Teen Titans Puppets. Cartoon Network makes some awesome shows, and we have to see Teen Titans is one of our favorite shows.
Teen Titans is a good show.
The show was geared more towards teens or older kids. The themes of the show were always a little more mature, which also meant the occasional giggle-inducing comments. Like when the Teen Titans get sent a cardboard box of puppets that look like the Titans. Puppet King emerges and activates his controller, which transfers their souls into their puppets. But before that, Beast Boy and Robin admire their puppets, and Robin remarks at how accurate they are.
Yeah, they got all the details just right.
Speak for yourself.
It seems like they didn't quite get all of Beast Boy right. TMI, Beast Boy.
Yo, that's funny.
Dexter's Lab.
That's funny.
Dad's Trophy. Hey friends, we won't ask you to get out of our laboratory. In fact, come right on in. If you remember this awesome Cartoon Network show, then you'll probably remember that it too was full of some inappropriate moments that we didn't quite understand as kids. One of them happens in a Part 2 episode called Nuclear Confusion. As per usual, Dee Dee is involved in ruining Dexter's day. He creates the ultimate reading lame, and Dee Dee steals the power source. But of course, the power core is also an hour away from melting down and destroying the Earth. Naturally, Dee Dee has not made it easy for him to get the power source back. She leaves him clues that involve eating all the pies that Mom is making. The clues lead him to go next door. He asks the neighbor lady if she has his source. She laughs it off and asks if he wants cookies. She bends over after she drops one of the cookies, and he sees that on her bum it says Dad's Trophy. We don't think we need to explain the objectification of these words written on her rear, do we? We just want to know how Dee Dee was able to write that on the neighbor lady. Wow, there you have it.
How did she get that?
Messages in kids' cartoons that parents wouldn't approve of.
Man.
Are there any we missed? Which ones did you find the most shocking? Let us know in the comments below.
That's the end of that video. That is crazy. We're gonna switch back to the other camera though. Just for a second. All right, y'all. We're back. That's the end of that video. That is crazy. Like like I said, a lot of those jokes I didn't catch on to. Like even now being an adult, some of them I didn't catch on to. But like a lot of those, that's crazy. Like I would have never thought like the Teen Titans one. SpongeBob, everybody knows SpongeBob has a bunch of sexual innuendos in them. But like Teen Titans and Rocko's Modern Life, I never, as many times as I've watched these shows, some of them I never even caught on to. But that one in the Maya and the Bee, how did you catch that? I would never understand how you caught that. But as I said before, you know, that's just those parents. That's just like scanning the thing, you know, whatever. But that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Did y'all catch any of those? Are there any adult jokes that y'all have seen in cartoons? Put them down in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on all my social medias popping up on the screen now and linked in the description below. Go over to my gaming channel if you like video games. I do stream on Twitch every Friday at 8 p.m. Catch me over there where we can live stream and talk together. Yeah, that's the end. I hope you guys stay blessed and remember that I love you. And sorry. I hope you guys stay blessed and remember that God loves you and I do too. Peace.